Hi, Sean Phinney, Playdom, Vice President of Business Development. I manage all of our commercial deals as well as advertising and a lot of the corporate functions.
Cool. And we just had you in today as a way of talking a little bit more deeply about where social gaming is going. Why don't you give me the 2-minute high level on social gaming baseline, where it's come in the last 12 months, where you see it headed?
Social gaming really continues to grow. We at Playdom have seen growth from I think 20 million monthly active users to over 45 million over the last 12 months. Most of that continues to be on Facebook. However, we're active now on 4 different platforms, including MySpace, Tag, High5, as well as building on iPhone. We continue to really focus on providing connected experiences for our users, which is the ability to play a game instance really anywhere going forward. And so the idea being, if you happen to play the game or start playing the game on Facebook, you may end up playing all of the game or parts of the game on your iPhone or any other connected device going forward.
So that's 45 million people a month. How many of that is that a day?
We're running at 7 million.
7 million,
users, I believe.
Which puts you up there in like the Grey's Anatomy area or something like that in terms of television equivalents.
Yeah.
And interesting, I bring up Grey's Anatomy and ABC in general. So you guys were recently acquired by Disney. First, what does that mean to the Playdom kingdom as it enters the Magic Kingdom?
Sure. It's something we're all very, very excited about at Playdom. The deal just closed about a week and a half ago. Obviously, when you look at the great IP that Disney has, probably world-class, I can't think of a media company that probably has access to better IP than Disney. And what we do in social gaming and the audience and the reach that we have, you can see very clearly the combination there, how powerful that can be. So we're really excited to start working closely with Disney on taking a look at their catalog and hopefully bringing some very great social games to market for them.
Yeah, it's kind of a question I've had. It'd be disingenuous to say that social media and social gaming hasn't had a breakout hit. I mean, Farmville is just massive, and you guys have your own games that have acquired these massive daily users and monthly users. But there's a sense that as soon as you start bringing in branded content, and by branded I mean branded, the entertainment brands into it. The Iron Mans maybe from Marvels, or
sure.
the Mouse and the Duck, and some other things, that suddenly you have this completely new opportunity to break through.
We would agree with that. We have been maybe a little more progressive in our thinking over the last 6 months, even prior to the acquisition, around embracing brands. We did a deal with ESPN that was announced probably 2-3 months ago. We've got some really interesting titles in development there that will be coming out this year. We did a deal with World Series of Poker and recently launched that with some interesting tie-ins between what's going on right now, or will be going on in November with the final table, and what we're doing with World Series of Poker on Facebook. So
that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, so this is really one more step in that direction. That's Playdom embracing, I think, brands. Obviously, Disney first and foremost. That doesn't mean that there will not be other brands or opportunities that we'll look at outside of the Disney family as well.
Looking at it the other way around, is there going to be some benefit where rather than you being able to just exploit some of their content, where you're going to be able to take some of that media mass and heft to use that to grow the network as well, from 45 million to the next 100 million, et cetera, to that 100% growth for the next year and beyond?
Yeah, we certainly hope so. We're very early with the integration process now, and we're beginning to identify, I think, areas not just from an IP perspective, but from a media perspective, from the weight and the leverage that Disney brings to the table, with all the other assets in the DIMG group, the Disney Interactive Media Group. How can we leverage all of these things, not just in terms of bringing new IP for Disney into market, but to your point, leveraging that into what we do, growing our audience, growing our network, now that we're part of DIMG. I think it makes a ton of sense.
Why should brands care about that?
Well, I would go back to how we started, first and foremost, which I think that we tend to think of social games as the equivalent of Facebook or something that resides on Facebook or MySpace or some of these other channels. we certainly believe that it will extend in a much more meaningful way beyond the channels that we know of today. And this connected experience will live on a number of devices. And so brands will have the ability to access through games an audience that could be mobile, that could be in front of their PC, could be in front of their TV, or could be on a variety of different platforms playing these games that don't currently exist. So actually, I think social games as a term may not even exist in 12 or 24 months. It will be games that are accessed across many, many mediums. And I think right now within social media is sort of the first example or the first way that brands have an opportunity to engage with that audience. But this is the beginning. It will definitely extend beyond social networks specifically.
And the audience is sizable enough that it's just too hard to ignore anymore.
It's absolutely sizable enough. Yeah, 45 million monthly active users right now on our network. We're the third largest player on Facebook. I think there's 110 million gamers between the U.S. and the UK right now on social networks alone, and that number is growing year over year. So, yeah, there's a lot to be excited about.